Hello and welcome to 3.0 TV. I am Vishakha Thakur. Strategy co-founder Michael Saylor posted the Bitcoin chart signaling an impending BTC purchase by the company despite the ongoing conflict in the Middle East, which could rattle global financial markets. Well, the company's most recent Bitcoin buy occurred on June 9 with a relatively small purchase of 1,045 BTC valued at approximately $110 million, bringing Strategy's total holdings to 582,000 BTC. And now data from Saylor Tracker shows that Strategy is up over 50% on its investment. This translates to over $20 billion in unrealized capital gains in fiat terms. Bitcoin ETFs recorded 5 days of consecutive inflows despite the recent geopolitical turmoil caused by the Israel-Iran conflict. According to data from Farside Investors, the streak began on June 9 with inflows of over $386 million and continued through Friday with an additional $301 million in inflows. In total, over $1.3 billion in capital moved into Bitcoin ETFs over the past 5 days. The race to launch a spot Solana ETF is picking up speed. On June 13, 7 firms, including Fidelity, Grayscale, VanEck, and Franklin Templeton, filed new or updated S1 statements with the US SEC. What stood out across the board? Every single filing mentioned staking. So Fidelity submitted its first ever S1 for a Solana ETP. Other updates came from 21 Shares, Bitwise, Galaxy Digital, Canary Capital, and Grayscale, which disclosed a 2.5% management fee. Now VanEck, which first filed for a spot Solana ETF back in June 2024, also amended its proposal, now including staking. Donald Trump crypto wallet and branding empire earned him tens of millions of dollars last year, with World Liberty Financial netting him $57.4 million, according to a newly released federal financial disclosure. Trump's personal crypto holdings were estimated to be between $1 million and $5 million. Trump collected over $11 million in royalties from branded merchandise and $1 million from licensing NFTs, the document shows. Trump Media and Technology Group, the company that owns US President Donald Trump's Truth Social platform and is partially owned by the president, has received approval from the US SEC for its registration statement tied to its $2.3 billion BTC Treasury deal. Now, according to a June 13 SEC filing, the agency declared effective TMTG's S3 registration statement filed on June 6 for the Bitcoin Treasury deal. Now, the S3 is a form of the US companies used to register the sale of various securities like stocks, options, and different types of debt. TMTG filed a corresponding final prospectus with the SEC on the same day. Tech company Amazon recently signed a deal with Talon Energy, a power infrastructure and provider company, for 1,920 megawatts of nuclear energy to fuel Amazon web servers and AI data centers in Pennsylvania through the year 2042. According to an announcement from Talon, the energy will be produced at the company's Susquehanna nuclear facility and provide power to Amazon facilities in the region, with additional plans to explore small modular nuclear reactor technology. The energy will be supplied through the grid rather than directly from the nuclear plant as initially planned. This arrangement will help support the energy grid's maintenance through service fee paid by Amazon. The National Assembly of Vietnam approved the law on digital technology industry on June 14, bringing digital assets under regulatory oversight. Legislation set to take effect on Jan 1, 2026 recognizes crypto assets and lays the groundwork for broader digital innovation across the country, according to reports from local media outlets. The law classifies digital assets into 2 categories, including virtual assets and crypto assets. While both rely on encryption or digital technologies for validation and transfer, neither include securities, digital fiat currencies, or other financial instruments. Now, the government is now tasked with outlining specific business conditions, classifications, and oversight mechanisms for these asset types. Brazil has ended its tax exemption for small-scale crypto profits, introducing a 17.5% flat rate on all capital gains from digital assets. The new rule was announced under Provisional Measure 1303 as part of the government's push to raise revenue through financial market taxation. Now, until now, Brazilian residents who sold up to 35,000 Brazilian reals roughly $6,300 in crypto assets per month were exempt from income tax. Gains beyond that were taxed progressively, starting at 15% and reaching as high as 22.5% for volumes above 30 million Brazilian reals. The new flat rate, which went into effect starting June 12, removes all exemptions and applies equally to all investors regardless of the size of their transactions. Bybit is stepping into the on-chain space with ByReal, a new decentralized exchange built on Solana. The testnet goes live June 30 with a full launch expected later this year. According to the company, ByReal is designed to operate as a hybrid liquidity network that merges the depth of CEX markets with decentralized finance mechanisms. It will incorporate RFQ, request for quote, and CLMM, concentrated liquidity market maker, routing to facilitate low slippage and MEV protected trades. Gemini and Coinbase, two of the biggest names in crypto, are close to getting licensed under the EU's new MiCA rules. With that single approval, they'll be able to operate across all 27 EU countries. Now, MiCA officially kicked in earlier this year and is the EU's boldest step yet in bringing crypto assets under a single regulatory roof. It gives national regulators the power to issue licenses that allow firms to operate across the entire bloc. So that's all in the bulletin today. Keep watching 3.0 for more such updates and do log on to our website www.3versetv.io or scan the QR code.